We're going to start in a moment. I'm rolling up the sleeves because it's going to be a good one today. You know, my name is Caroline already, right? Caroline. Nice to meet you if we met today. I'm American, which doesn't mean very much. It just means that that's where I'm originally from. And I showed you on the map. This is Wisconsin. The best state. This, yeah, this is in the Midwest because this is Lake Michigan, okay? Michigan is here, but I'm over here. It looks like a hand, a little thumb. My house is right here, which is very close to the border with Illinois. Illinois is where you find Chicago, and then you go up to Milwaukee. And so my house is right on the lake, which is so big you cannot see the other side. Your country? No. Because I work with my country every day. I teach English.
I thought you were British. I thought you were British.
You thought I was British.
From the camp.
Right. So, no, I don't miss it because I never left it. You know, I feel like I go back and forth. I was in America like 3 weeks ago. The week before I saw you, I think I was in America. So I decided never to choose. So I can go back anytime. Hello, this must be your friend. I have lived here for 20 wonderful years. 20. Can you believe that? In Trieste. So I've lived here. I'm married to a Tristino, and I'm still married to the same Tristino. That's a miracle. It's a miracle. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it looks like I've got a couple people here who are going to enter from Trieste, so we can have a little competition. But I think there is trying to get them to enter, so I'm just gonna wait and see what they say. So, but I can give you a little introduction. So, if I speak fast, I'm sorry. Okay. I will slow down if I remember. If I don't remember, go like this. But sometimes it happens. Go like that. Slow down, Caroline. But we don't have that much time. We only have 1 hour, and I get all worried that we're not going to have enough time.
So brilliant.
Okay, let me see what these guys are saying, because this is my. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see if I can. We're working on it. So I'm just going to send this message I got. We'll see what they say. So they're having a problem getting into our Zoom thing for some reason. Last year, we never had a problem. This year, maybe because it's the first time. Oh, well, they'll get there. They'll get there. I wonder if I can. Let me see if I can invite them quick. But I think there's another. I don't want to mess with this because I think they're working on it. So political. Where this series of talks are all political. Okay, but of course, the important thing for us is to have a conversation. Okay, so second. He's working. So they're writing to me because these are my students in Trieste, but I need to tell him, but he's in the other room. So. Okay. Anyway, so we're doing this because this year we're preparing for the presidential elections next year. Okay. So the idea is just to get a little bit of a culture around American politics for now, okay? Some of us already have, you have a very high culture with regards to American politics. So he can also add to it. Maybe you have some information also from what you're reading in the newspapers, etc. So today I just chose just a few of them that we can talk about, okay? Now, do you know what a buzzword is? What is a buzzword? It buzz, what's a buzz? Buzzword.
Words that come often out, that come out often, no?
Yeah, the
In the
words
background.
that are repeated,
Repeated in the background.
they're repeated, they're usually kind of fashionable. There are words that become popular during certain periods. Okay, during COVID, what were the buzzwords? Virus, vaccine, masking, quarantine. Okay, those are buzzwords for that. I keep
Stay positive.
stay positive. Exactly, because a buzzword can be a word or a phrase. Okay, can you think of a buzzword for Donald Trump? Huh? Think about what's on the red hats. Make America great again. What about Obama? We can do it. Those are buzzwords. Okay, so in your opinion, do you think that buzzwords are random?
No.
Yes, that is.
They're very studied, aren't they? They're very, very studied. You know what I'm gonna do? If you just give me a moment, I want you to, with your partner, let's say you two, I want you to make a like small list of buzzwords in English that you can think of right now for this What are your buzzwords? None, zero.
A private company slogan is a buzzword as well.
Is it in the news?
Not
It's in advertising, okay, so it could be, there are like business buzzwords. You can have political buzzwords, you can have business buzzwords, so.
It's a buzzword.
Huh?
Just do it.
Just do it, yeah, sure. Or, yeah, it's like a slogan, which is, it's similar, and it's associated with Nike, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it can be that. It's not a political one, it's not a business one, but it's a company slogan. So yeah, that would be the buzzword for that company, absolutely. Definitely, and people use it all the time, don't they?
Sorry, which one was this? I didn't have.
Oh, she said just do it, like Nike, just do it,
Just do it. Yes, exactly.
okay?
Just do it.
Yes.
And we're saying that might not, oh, good, someone's coming in, what's going on here? Okay, just, I'm putting it in the little chat here so we can say. Can you think of any business buzzwords?
Sorry,
Okay. Because people say that also, that might have been a good one during COVID, right?
Think big.
Think big,
Dream big.
dream big, go big, right?
Think big.
Think big.
Okay.
He said it is better than big.
Okay,
Self-made man.
okay. Yeah, someone is self-made. Oh, that's one that communicates something. People use that all the time wrongly to talk about Donald Trump, who is not self-made.
No?
Zero. He was born with 7 million in the bank.
No.
He is not a self-made man.
His father was a little bit a self-made man, his father. but-
Right, his father was, made the money, passed it down to his son, but when people talk about him, they say, oh, he's a self-made man.
But because he had worked a lot of on his riches.
He lost a lot too. There's a perception of Donald Trump as being a very hardworking, great money. He's been bankrupt 3 times.
Okay.
It's not so rich, not like Berlusconi, not at all. It's
Not-
Now,
not at all.
Berlusconi,
But not like Berlusconi or, no. It's not, a lot poorer, a lot poorer.
I think Berlusconi is probably a self-made man, I don't know.
The Trump is not it's not among the 400 people richest. 400,
Well,
no.
In fact, one of the reasons that Trump is in court right now is for inflating his worth.
Well, inflating is.
Inflating is communicating that he has more money than he does. Okay, he's famous for that.
Because
There is only a reason because Trump is in court.
Right. Well, yeah, there are 92 reasons,
No, there is only one. No, there is only one because he won.
right?
because the next year will Trump for the election will.
Will he run? Good question. He's very popular
Okay.
among 50% of the population.
50.
There's a lot of people who are
Still.
still, I don't know.
um,
Now, there's some frustration with him. There's a half of the country that hates him.
Yes.
There's half of the country that thinks, oh, he's a great guy, self-made man. But there's also, now I think people are starting to go, wait a minute. 92 indictments? Like, that seems like so many. So there are some people now who are, okay, Trump's had his time, let's move on. But it's hard to say, he's still very popular. He's still very popular among.
We don't know where will in the next year go for the election.
Well, we don't know. He wants to. I think he's now enrolled as someone who could, but it's possible that there are 2 reasons why he may not. One is because he may be in prison. That would make it difficult. And the other reason is because there is, in our legal system, it says that someone who leads an insurrection against the government cannot become president. That's the more probable reason that he could be excluded from it. But I think there's no definitive decision on that
It's difficult. to
because
say.
it's everything is political. Nobody wants to go there.
The other, I read about a little bit about the other competitors, no?
Mhm.
Right, competitors.
Competitors. And when I say it, I'll probably say competitors. The T becomes a D. Competitor.
Competitor.
Yeah, the competitors.
In the Democratic Party, there is RFK Jr., no? He's a Democratic Trump.
But he's not, yeah.
He's a
And there's Biden.
Yeah.
If there's Biden, it'll be him.
But in the Republican Party, there are many competitors, but they are more radical than Trump. More radical than Trump. For example, the scientists want to abolish the FBI, abolish the Department of Justice, abolish the Department of
And he doesn't want children to read books.
everything. They want everything abolished.
Right, well, that's also a strategy. We see this often with presidential candidates before they become president. They really, or actually, they often don't become president, most of them don't. But there is this desire to do very, very bold, which means very crazy things, or courageous, depending on how you're looking at it, crazy or courageous, to make decisions to bring attention to you in yours, especially governors. So Ron DeSantis in Florida is doing a lot of very, very extreme things because he wants the nation to talk about him. So he did that thing where when the immigrants came to Florida, which is like a Lampedusa for us in some ways, just like in, California, there's certain points of entry. He put them on a bus and sent them to New York, for example. That was his sort of, you take our problem. He also is supports banning books. He thinks he wants to take any books that talk about gay people, Black people, anything that's not evangelical white subjects, and he wants them to be out of the libraries. Now, these are things you do when you want people to talk about you. So he's the kind of person who says any publicity is good publicity. Okay. We saw this in the last election when a man named Scott Walker wanted to abolish all the unions, which is the syndicati, right? And he did this, and he did all kinds of very, bold things because he wanted attention. The problem is when you get past that first level and you try to get the whole country to vote for you, you can't do that anymore, except for Trump for some reason.
But Trump.
But Trump could do it.
But Trump, because Trump do it then.
But Trump could do it because he was a reality star. He was a celebrity.
Yes.
He was on television. People knew who he
He was
was.
so plastic, but then in the White House, he did it.
We're still in shock, right?
Problem.
Still in shock. What's going on with these people? Complicated, Worse, maybe. They said here, it's a complicated, trying to get into Zoom. It's a complicated matter, just like US politics. And they said perseverance is the key. I said, well, maybe it's worse than US politics, trying to enter today into our Zoom call. I don't know why. It's so weird. Anyway, other buzzwords that you thought of? Any other buzzwords?
I have a dream.
I have a dream. Yeah, that's a great buzzword. Yeah, Martin Luther King. There you go. Other buzzwords?
In America is don't ask
what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. That's JFK. That's definitely a buzzword. Good. Any other buzzwords?
I'm a Berliner.
Right, exactly. Didn't he say I'm a jelly donut or something? Right. All of those things, those are buzzwords.
Everyone know the sentence, I am a Berliner. Ich bin ein Berliner.
Right.
But the full sentence, nobody know the full sentence. And the full sentence...
You know it. I knew you knew.
Because regard Italians. Because the full sentence, directly, because the full sentence is in the past, the best for a man was to say, I am a Roman citizen.
Uh-huh.
the Roman Empire.
Uh-huh.
No? It was the best for a man. No? Now the best for a man is to say, I am a Berliner.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you
There
go.
was a link with the Roman Empire, with the Roman Empire.
Oh, okay, good. Other buzzwords. What about for this election? What are the words? We saw some of them last week. What are some of the words we talked about? Do you remember? When we talked about the political parties. What do we call a state that votes Democrat? What color is it? Is it blue or red?
But New York and California, sure.
The Democrat.
Yeah, what color is it? Blue.
Blue. No, Democrats is blue, yes.
Blue.
Yeah.
Ancora.
Passcode.
Passcode?
4,22,27.
Okay, let me try it.
Dovrebbero arrivare tutti ora.
Okay, we'll try it, we'll try it. Where are they? This is my writing club. I invited my writing club. We have a writing club. We get together, usually online, and write together. So I think, try that. I hope they come in. So last week we talked about some buzzwords too. We talked about red states and blue states. Okay, now, are they really red states or blue states? There is no state that votes completely Republican or completely Democrat. That's sort of, it's a buzzword. It's an idea, right? In fact, most states are not red or blue, they're purple because they're a mix. Okay, you may have certain, in fact, the division in America is not really about the state, it's about the rural areas or the urban areas. So that's the real division. It doesn't really have anything to do with the states, okay? It's working, yay! Here we go. We have people coming in. Who's here? Okay, Domenico, you're in. You can't hear me yet. Mark, Domenico, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Well done. Okay, now we're just waiting for Suzanne, maybe. You're in the lobby. You're a lobbyer. Don't be a lobbyer. A lobbyist you would be, not a lobbyer, a lobbyist.
A lobbyist, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so Domenico, we've got a nice group of people here and we want to know, we just made a group or a list of buzzwords. Can you think of any political buzzwords today?
Any political buzzword?
Yeah, what comes to mind? You read the newspaper. Give me a couple. Don't Google it. You're Googling it. I can see
No,
it.
no, no, I'm not Googling. I'm just thinking, okay, what could be a buzzword? So first buzzword, Trump.
Trump,
But
okay,
it's an
Trump is a
easy one.
buzzword, okay. Yeah, if you wanna, what would we say? What words does Trump use when he talks about people that he doesn't like?
Wow, what do you mean? I mean,
Well, you could, what does he call Democrats?
what? Who is? No, sorry, I didn't get this one.
What does Trump, he has words for people he doesn't like.
Okay.
He calls Democrats Antifa.
Antifa.
Do you know what Antifa means?
Yeah.
It's anti-fascist, which for him is like an
Okay,
insult.
short word, Antifa.
Antifa.
Yeah, but for Trump, that's an insult. To call someone anti-fascist is an insult, right?
You are out.
Huh?
He said always.
He always say you're out, you're fired.
You're
Right?
fired.
White supremacist, you can connect.
What?
White supremacist.
Yeah, or white nationalists. Instead of saying, that's another one. When you call people white nationalists, it's a nice way of saying a racist.
White nationalist, so it's a more polite way to say it.
Yeah, if you want to call someone a white nationalist, it's not as pejorative as calling someone a racist. Nobody wants to be a racist. Even racists don't like to be called racist for some reason. They prefer to be called white nationalists, apparently. Oh, we got someone else going. Let's see who it is. And then you've got your phones ready, right? Because I'm going to share my screen. Hello, who's in? Johnny, hi. Finally, okay, so now we're getting people in. Okay, so I'm gonna wait a second. I'm gonna share my screen right now for everyone. I think I need to shut this thing. Is that how we do it? No. Hi, Johnny, how are you today? You're good?
Yeah, I'm not very well.
Are you sick?
I have a cold and a headache.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Remember Johnny from last week? I hope you feel better. That's terrible. I'm just gonna share my screen with you guys, but I'm gonna go to my Kahoot. If I could move this thing out of the way, okay, so here we go. I'm sharing my screen. We're not gonna start quite yet
Mhm.
because you can use the screen to use the QR code if you want. Okay, and then we're gonna get started in a second. Okay, I'm gonna get out of this. I don't know what this is. Who else is there? I just wanna check if there's anybody I need to let in here. Kahoot, yeah, you need to go to, Johnny's in, he's the fastest one so far.
Let me go to Kahoot.
Are you in? Yeah, if you can just use, oh, Alessandro's coming in, cool. Hi, Alessandro. Okay, Lily's in, Carlos is in. Are you Carlos?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Bruna's in. Domenico, where are you?
Coming.
Coming. Who else is on here? Hi, Alessandro, nice to see you. Hi. Okay. Oh, Suzanne is coming. Hi, Suzanne. Okay. Oh, good. It's nice to see. Okay, Domenico, Johnny, Suzanne is in. Okay, I'm just gonna make this small again. Oh, someone else is coming in. Katusha's coming in. Who's Booby? Are you Booby? Hi, Katusha. Okay. Okay, there's your QR code. And then you put in your PIN, put your nickname in there. I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes, see if anybody else shows up, because we had that problem. Don't let your phone turn off, because then you lose your connection. Okay, anybody else in here who's still waiting to get in? Are you in, Christiana?
Something.
Oh, who did we lose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, try the different one. I see Alex, Drew, Booby, Dudu or Dodo?
It's me.
Oh, it's Domenico, as in Dodo,
Yeah.
Domenico, okay.
Just a nickname.
Okay, Lily and Johnny, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's Suzanne? Where are you, girl? I can't hear you though.
I have to sign up. I
Oh,
haven't
okay. You
done
don't
it.
have to sign up. You don't have to get the app or anything. Just go to the QR code.
Okay, okay,
Just go. You don't have to download anything. This is just
Okay.
now, okay?
okay, thank you.
Okay, who is chatting with me? Do we have Black nationalists as well? They were called Black Panthers in the 70s.
Yeah.
And the Black
I know
Panthers are super cool, I think. But Black nationalists in such a way, no. But what would come close would probably be the Black BLM, Black Lives Matter. That's the they have a super PAC now that even lobbies and does fundraising for Black causes. I'm a member. Okay,
we are.
Carlos, Cristiana, Luisa, Kati, Alex, Brew, Johnny. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anybody missing?
Yeah.
Do you see who's not in?
My smartphone doesn't work.
You need a new smartphone.
Yes.
You can go buy one right now. Do you wanna help someone else? Maybe
Two smartphones to buy.
you have to. Yours isn't working either.
No, right here, I have to download.
Don't download. No. You have to do this. Just go to the QR code, or you can participate by going to the website www.kahoot.it. Do not download the app. You don't need to. Suzanne, did you get in? Yeah, that must be you, Susie, with that George Washington wig on. Okay. Franco, what's the situation? Last week you were in.
Yeah, always.
Destiny says you can't win again. You keep winning. That's why. You can just shout out your. Katusha, are you in? Yeah, you're in, right? Okay. All right. If it blocked you, Well, keep trying. And if you want to get all the answers correct, sit next to him. It's not working, but he does it. Are we all ready? Can we start?
Mhm.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Oh, let's go. We're gonna go fast because okay, so there's our title, political buzzwords. Remember, we're learning today, we're not necessarily competing. A buzzword can be, and you can put any of these things. Let me put this at the top. It can be jargon, red. It can be a fashionable word, yellow. It can be blue, a phrase, green, tied to a particular time or context. You can choose more than one answer. It's suggested to choose more than one answer.
Okay, pick an answer.
Yeah, it's actually all of them. Okay,
So we have to choose.
you have to choose, yeah, for when I have a multi-answer, I normally have more than one answer. You have to go fast, so it's not only being correct, you have to be correct and fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if you're not correct or fast, you still learn something. Okay, so buzzword is jargon, it's a fashionable word, it's a phrase, it can be a phrase, it can be tied to a particular time. All of these are correct. Good job, Bruna. The rest of you, come see, come saw. You did okay. You didn't get all of them. Domenic, you're not even on the leaderboard.
No, maybe it didn't work. I tried to click on the red
You gotta
color,
go
but
faster. You gotta go faster. Here we go.
okay, okay.
Number 2. Buzzword, political buzzwords. Red, influence opinions and decisions. Yellow, have existed for centuries. Blue, are carefully crafted. Green, convey messages and evoke emotions. You can choose more than one answer. Yes, it's all of them again.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, they've actually existed for centuries. They weren't called political buzzwords then, but language is always something that we use to make people think certain things. Language is very important. So if I want you to feel something, you know, in America, if I want to evoke feeling in you, I might say it's all about your freedom or safety, or, you know, so it's something we've always done. Okay.
Excuse me. So,
Yeah.
can you? Hello, did you hear me?
Hello? I can hear you.
Okay. Can you make an example for buzzword?
Yes, I can tell you that there are, for Trump, his buzzword is make America great again.
Okay.
Okay, that's a phrase, but it's repeated, and it is supposed to make you feel something. For example, if you are a Trump follower, it will make you feel nostalgic for the past when things were perfect.
Like Obama said, yes, we can. For example.
Absolutely. That's also a buzzword. Okay.
Make America Great Again wasn't something similar to Reagan. Ronald Reagan, something like makes America great. No?
Yeah, he had something like that. It's true. And he did model some of his stuff off of Reagan, because Reagan also was hugely popular.
Yep.
Are we ready for the next one? Okay, is everybody, your thumbs are warmed up? Which are examples of political euphemisms? Euphemism, enhanced interrogation techniques, red. Anti-woke, yellow. On the take, blue. Pro-choice, green. There can be more than one answer. There can be 4 answers, as we saw in the past. Yeah, they're almost always 4. So what is a euphemism?
Another way to say something.
Yeah, it's another way of saying something, but what euphemisms are is they make something sort of bad seem better. You know what I'm saying? Okay, in America, we don't like to say toilet because it's sort of dirty for us. So we say bathroom, which is clean. Right? You take a bath, you're clean. Toilet, ugh. So a euphemism is any term that we use to make something sound a little bit nicer. for example, red, enhanced interrogation techniques, that is what? What's
Torture.
the torture?
Oh.
Tortura, torture, okay? When the Americans were doing that, they didn't call it torture, they called it enhanced interrogation techniques. Anti-woke, what does that mean?
This one I don't know. Never
Do you know
heard.
what woke means? Have you heard that term?
Wake up.
It's, yeah, it's true, it's the past of to wake up. Okay, but that's, in this case, it's a new term, okay? So woke is actually a term that goes back, woke itself is a term that comes from African American vernacular. So Black English, okay, African American English. It goes back to the 1930s. If you say someone was woke back then, it meant someone who had progressive ideas. Okay, so now it's always been in use in Black English. It crossed over into mainstream English in about the 1990s. If you're woke, it meant a white person who understood the problems of people of color. Now, if you're anti-woke, for the Republicans, this is actually a compliment, because they when they want to insult someone who has progressive ideas, they'll say, oh, they're woke, and they use this sort of a tone of voice, which is very like woke, right? So anti-woke would be someone who, again, it's another way of someone saying that someone's against progressive ideas. So it'd be a conservative person. Is that clear?
Yeah.
What about on the take? This is the one that came out this week a lot, because there was a senator who was arrested for taking bribes. Bribes are when someone says, hey, I'll give you money if you, okay? So if you're on the take, it means that you are taking money from the mafia or from anyone who will give it to you for bad reasons, to be on the take, okay? And then pro-choice would be someone who is,
Anti-abortion.
no, opposite.
Okay. Okay, right.
So someone who supports abortion, but instead of putting the emphasis on the word abortion, which is kind of a gross word, you put it on the fact that the woman can choose. Okay, so you're changing kind of the emphasis on these things. How are you, Suzanne? You're good?
I'm good, I'm good. It was so
Okay.
live. It was
I
so
know,
live.
thank you for being patient. Next week will be easier. Okay, are we ready for the next one?
Yep.
Here we go. Oh, Kati, who I haven't heard, is doing, she's on fire, look at that. Which of the following are examples of dysphemisms? You like these words today?
Dysphemism.
Yeah, red, alternative facts, yellow, snowflake, blue, virtue signaling, green, illegal alien. It can be more than one answer or even four. See if you recognize my pattern. Oh, they're learning my pattern now. It's all four. Okay? It's all four. I know, I'm so typical. Once you learn the formula, so a dysphemism is the opposite of a euphemism. So what is it?
When you want to say something and you say not with the beautiful words, but you say in the
Exactly. You're replacing the original term with a new one, but this time you want it to be negative. So what's an alternative fact? Oh, actually, this would be a euphemism, not a dysphemism. So the red is actually wrong. So oops, Caroline. What is an alternative fact? What's another word for an alternative fact?
Fake news?
Yeah, something that's, yeah, just not true, right? It could be a lie. It could be anything that's not true. So this is not a dysphemism. So this is my mistake. A snowflake.
Something very pure.
someone did not say it.
Someone.
It's a person.
Too naive, maybe.
Really spoiled.
Yeah, it's a progressive person, which is interesting because you would think that snowflake would be like a Republican or a white nationalist or something, but instead someone without experience, someone without their own, someone who's kind of weak. Now we, well, it's a little more also, but it's bigger. It's that plus. So another way that we use snowflake now is to talk about, what is it, the generation now, Generation Z. Oh, they're such snowflakes. They have no obstacles. They don't know how to do anything. They're weak. Okay, so a snowflake is a person without experience who feels entitled, etc.
But I don't know the right word. Spoiled people.
Yeah, this is, yeah, so snowflake basically for the Republicans is anyone who's not a Republican. But the mainstream uses snowflake to describe young people who don't want to work. Okay, so it could be both. Okay, virtue signaling, this is my new favorite one. I learned this one today. So virtue signaling is someone who does good, okay, maybe they volunteer a lot or something, they're doing something to help people. So this is a conservative term. So this is from, someone who's on the conservative side saying something, oh, that person, they're only doing, no, I don't want to stop. Oh, because this is a free one, so if you guys get cut off, then you have to re-enter, you know that, right? Because this is not a professional version of Zoom, so if you get cut off, just re-enter, okay? And it should be fine. So a virtue signal would be like, if I'm a volunteer and I'm like, oh, I'm going to, plant trees, you would say, oh, she's such a virtue signaler, meaning that I'm only doing it to call attention to how good I am. Okay. Not because I'm a good person, but because I want you to think I'm a good person. Okay, and then illegal alien, we know what that is, right? That's just anyone who is in the country illegally. We talked about this last week, right? Okay, next. A polycrisis refers to old problems occurring in a new and bigger way. True or false?
Let's see.
Sorry, but I don't have the connection now.
Huh?
I'm not connected.
Oh, you're not connected? Try to re-enter.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so a polycrisis, this is a new term also pretty new, which talks about how, all of the disasters that we're seeing have always existed, right? There were always wars, there were always people getting sick, things like that. But now we have the situation where there are many disasters happening at once and we know about them. Because of social media, because we're so connected that everything feels bigger and we're just waiting for the next crisis. So that's a polycrisis. It's not a mono crisis, would be if you have one, but we never have just one crisis. We've got the climate crisis, plus we have, viruses out of control, plus we have, so the polycrisis is just everything happening at once that's just greater than the sum of its parts.
Got it wrong.
Liliana, you're number one. What is a zero-dose child? Red, takes no medication. Yellow, eats too little. Blue, has had no vaccinations. Green, has no self-control.
Okay.
Oh, don't get frustrated. It's just a stupid game, isn't it? So stupid.
Yeah, but we're competitive. Yes, I got it. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, a zero-dose child refers to the 18 million children in the world who have never had a dose of any kind of vaccination. This is a global term. This is not just United States. Because of the coronavirus, many people got doses of things that they hadn't, but there's still this global problem of people not getting any vaccinations at all.
While we're going for the fourth. Fourth or the
Right,
fifth?
yeah, something like that. A climate denier believes there's more than one answer. Maybe there's one. Okay, climate change is happening, red. Yellow, climate change is not happening. Blue, climate change is caused by humans. Green, climate change causes aridification. What does a climate denier believe? Good job. A climate denier believes that climate change is not a thing. It's crazy to think that, but these are the famous people that in America we say something like, How can there be, there's no climate change. I'm cold. Right, but, okay, next.
It has not been proven.
Yeah. Ready? What political phrase is associated with Barack Obama? We know this, right? Yes, we
Yeah.
will is red. Make America great again, yellow. Go States is blue. And yes, we can is green. Okay, that was easy.
Easy pick.
Easy peasy. Trump's phrase was make America okay again. True or false? Oh, do you like that picture?
Yeah, it's really upsetting.
It's really upsetting. Some people thought it was true. It's not okay. He said, make America
Great.
great again. Not
Make
just
America so and
Because
so
okay
again.
for us is mediocre. Like for you guys, okay means good. For me, it's like, okay, it's just okay.
Mhm.
Not positive. Okay. Oh, here we go. Fake news started out as a political buzzword. True or false?
There is a phrase of Biden.
Is there a phrase of a Biden? Good question. If there is, it wasn't sticky, was it? Do you know what the Biden phrase is? Make America boring again.
No, not wrong.
That would be a good one though, because I think we wanted to have a boring America again. After Trump, we need to let Americans relax again. That's what it should be.
Okay, poor sleepy Biden.
You sleepy Biden. So fake news did start out as a political buzzword. This was a way for, I think it started with Trump actually saying, but it could be, I could be wrong, but he used it a lot. He wanted to call into question the media, especially when they said things that he didn't like. Okay.
No,
And this
definitely.
is still used, misinformation, to kind of get people to question media outlets, which has remained, it's had a big impact. Political polarization can be directly linked to language and identity. True or false?
Red pill, blue pill. I like
Yeah, to run the matrix. Did you get that? You like that?
this. Mm-hmm.
The world as it is, or as you'd like to believe it is.
Waiting for, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. So the polarization that we're seeing now is because people are identifying as something, right? When actually we talked about the states actually being more purple than red or blue. And we talked about this last week a little bit with what people vote. It's really hard to find someone who's absolutely 100% Republican for everything on their platform. It's difficult to find Democrats who are 100% in agreement with everything, but you kind of choose your battles, right? You choose what's important to you. But then when you start identifying with it, that's when things get dangerous. When we start becoming very identified with our nationalities, or we get this big ego thing in there, and that causes polarization, of course, because we forget that we're all connected, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Susie, you're on fire. Our quiet presence in there. In politics, a dog whistle is coded language, red. Yellow does not provoke opposition. Blue is targeted to a specific group. Green gathers support from certain people. Okay, some of you learned my trick. It's all four. Okay, so when we talk about politics, for example, the white nationalists are very good at they have certain terms that if you don't know, you don't know. And if you know, you know. So these are ways that when I'm speaking, if I can make a reference to something that only people who believe the same things as me do, I can try to widen my base. Okay, so yeah, Trump used lots of racist dog whistle things that were like, and then there were ones about the Hey Brandon thing. Do you remember that? Hey Brandon. That was a dog whistle. Hey Brandon. We'll have to look that one up again. I barely remember it, but it was definitely a dog whistle. Something that only some people can hear, right? Yeah. As a political buzzword, elite refers to red, anyone who lives in a city. Yellow, anyone who has a university education. Blue, anyone who lives in a coastal area. Green, anyone with wealth, and all the above. This one's ambiguous, I suppose. It's everything. Yeah. If you're smart, you're an elite.
Okay,
If
it
you
can
have a
be
university
everything.
education. Huh?
I mean, the fourth one is anyone with wealth and all the above.
Yeah.
This is illogical.
I know, I told you, that's a problem when I make cahoots, Domenico, it's all about the craziness, okay? So yeah, basically at some point, elite became the term for anyone living in a city. It became anyone with a university, you know, I had a cousin who called me an elite. And I was like, why am I an elite all of a sudden? He said, because you studied. And I thought, oh, okay, that's the first time anyone's ever called me an elite, and the last time, by the way.
In America, there are lots of people that are studying, they're going to university, or there is no.
More than that.
I don't know the numbers, but.
The number, I think, three times more than Italy.
Well, I can tell you that after the Second World War, there was a decision that in America, it became, the idea was that anybody could go to university, and they created systems that allowed basically anybody who wanted to be able to pay for university by having the military pay.
Siamo di nuovo.
Okay, no, thank you. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Sorry about that, you guys. Lots of technical issues today. Okay, what is the government furlough? Oh, that's a great word, furlough. Red, government suspends workers for economic reasons. Yellow, the government starts working after a shutdown. Blue, when the debt ceiling is met. Green, when a government leader is ousted from his or her job. This is from the news recently. Don't worry if you don't know it, just guess. It was a good try to get all four of them, but actually it's only one this time. So a government furlough is when you have to shut down the government because there's no money to keep it going.
There is, excuse me,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, is it not the shutdown?
It's not that, no. A furlough is when a shutdown is a shutdown. If I have a government furlough, that's when I have to send workers home. So they're related. Is it? Oh, you looked it up. It's cassa integrazione. I don't think it's quite the same, but that's basically it. Yeah.
Can't hear you, Caroline.
No,
Okay, no.
you went silent. Tea party. But we had vote. Yep.
Against taxation. So when the Americans wanted to break away from the English, the Tea Party. I'm going to go fast because we have a few more questions. Keep that question.
I noticed it.
Blue and red states.
Not my impression.
Blue and red states accurately depict voters in those states. True or false? We talked about. Sorry, Lump, but I'm only because we have 4 minutes left. 3 minutes.
What is depict?
Depict it accurately said that all voters are like paints or represents. It doesn't, right? Because every state has blue voters and red voters.
But we weren't wrong.
What is a scab?
Yep.
A kind of insect. Red. Yellow, a person who works during a strike. Blue, a dirty politician or an itchy person. Green.
Well, I don't know.
It's a person who works during a strike. So when you have striking workers and someone is not part of the union and chooses to work when the others are striking. It's not a positive word. If someone uses it, they're insulting you. A career politician is a compliment based on job experience. True or false? Right, it's false. When we talk about a career politician, it implies that that person has been there too long and we need new ideas, younger people, etc. So you don't want to be a career politician. Okay, This is another one from yesterday today. Kevin McCarthy was probably feeling shift shock over the last week. You know that Kevin McCarthy was just ousted from his job as the leader of the minority party. True, yeah, shift shock is when you realize, a shift is a turno, but it means that your job is different than you expected.
It's different.
It's different than what you hoped. So he's only been in the job for 9 months and it was a nightmare for him. That's called shift shock. What did you learn today? Red, who Kevin McCarthy is. Yellow, this is just fake news. Blue, I studied the meaning of debt ceiling for nothing. And green, Jimmy Carter is alive and Nancy Pelosi had a hidden office. Those are 2 things from the news today.
Really? Okay. Hidden office.
Oh, interesting. So 4 people learned who Kevin McCarthy is. Good. This is just fake news, 1 person. And blue, debt ceiling. You know what the debt ceiling is? This is why the government shuts down, is because we have a maximum for government debt. Okay, debito, right? So to go any higher than that, you have to have a vote. You have to decide to raise that maximum. And when the Republicans and Democrats can't make a decision, they don't have money to fund the government. And when you don't have money to fund the government, you also don't have money to pay workers, pay teachers, pay anybody. And then you can't pay your payments, your debt payments, and then you have a default. So that is the worst that can happen. Okay. Jimmy Carter is that president that I thought he was dead last week. He's still alive. He's super old. Okay. And what else do we have? Oops. I don't know what this is saying. So let's see, like, I think no, I don't want to. Oh, I don't want to do that. Nancy Pelosi, who is was asked to change her office. We found out that she had a hidden office in the White House. Who knew? Not in the White House, but in the government building. And that's it. That's what we learned today. Oh my God, Lanfranco, how did you end up winning when your phone didn't work?
After the questions,
It worked anyway. Congratulations, Suzanne is second and Luna is third.
Thank you.
You guys are so smart. I love it. So let me just give you, oh, there's Suzanne. You can see her. Nice to meet you. So next week, we have another one. We're going to do the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights. Okay, that's next week's appointment, same time. Now you have the link. It should be the same, but if it's not, I'll have them send it to you. Then after that, we've got on the 18th, we've got American presidents who changed the world. If you have a president you're interested in, tell us, and I will present that president. Then on the 25th, we have important Supreme Court cases. So that one will be fun. On the 8th of November, we have how to become a United States president. Okay, Suzanne, I want to vote for you for president, but you can't be.
Nope.
I know.
The 15th of November, we have the U.S. judicial system. So we'll explain how that works. It's a little bit different than here. The 22nd of November, we have political cartoons. That's going to be fun.
Nice.
Okay, the 29th, we have voting in America, and I'll be in Bolzano again, November. And then the 6th, I think we might change that one because I'm supposed to be here, but it's the most expensive day of the year to stay in Bolzano. So I don't know about that one.